Hello everyone, welcome to Community Distance Reiki. Danielle here from Learn Reiki Philadelphia. I'm so glad to have you here with me today. If you are new here, welcome in. If you're returning, welcome back. And if you're watching this on the replay, you're going to have just as fun and healing a time as if you were here live. But if you would like to join me live, go ahead and check out that description box below. All of the regular days and times that I stream here on YouTube are listed there 5 times a week. And if you are watching this on the replay, if you want to hang out and learn about the crystals, awesome. Just go ahead and let the video play. If you'd like to skip ahead to just the healing portion with Reiki music and lots of amazing vibes, go ahead and move forward about 1 hour and or when you see the lights begin to shift, and you'll be able to simply dive right into the healing. If you are here live, go ahead and click the live chat button and feel free to make any requests that you have for your physical healing or emotional healing, really any intention that you have, as openly, as specific, as general as you might want to be in a very open forum anyway. We're going to start off by building a beautiful crystal grid to support all of your healing needs. And after that, I'll briefly explain what Reiki is, how it works, what you might expect, and then we will transition into the healing where I will shift the lights down, bring the music up, and send healing to you whenever and wherever you happen to be. So let's go ahead and say hi to everybody and start with the crystal grid. I've already put a few crystals out for us. Okay, awesome. So let's go ahead and adjust just slightly. There we go. So I've got us with several of the stones that we ended with on Sunday night, because as I was putting them away, I was like, I feel like these want to stay out a little longer, and I still feel that way. So we have jade, which is an incredible all-around good fortune stone for family, for romance, for business, for wealth, for community, happiness, harmony. Yes, that is exactly what we want. That's grounding our grid here. We have the copper there that helps to break up any blockages, get the energy flowing. We have green peridot, which helps us to break up old cycles. It also helps with things like prosperity and good friendship. So as we break up old cycles, it helps us to reestablish, reaffirm, and even find new friends that help support this sort of new leaf we've turned over. Also really great for anger, jealousy, and fidelity. Citrine we have to help us balance logic and intuition, and also call in that financial abundance. Smoky quartz helps us with transmuting energy. It's very protective. It helps us to shift into a different energetic vibration. As we are making changes, this helps to shift that energy along with us. It also calms worry and breaks up energy blockages. We have running away from me now. We have some pink tourmaline. We have several pieces of all of these in there. This helps everything from migraine to spinal injuries, as well as hormonal things, GYN issues, and even neuralgia and neuropathy. It's also a lot of unconditional love, and who couldn't need more of that? And moss agate, this really helps with any kind of illness or infection you might be dealing with, whether it's virus, bacterial, fungus. It's thought to help support the body in clearing it. When we talk about moss agate too, it's got a lot of spiritual healing aspects too, especially for those of us who might be doing healing on our own of a more mental, emotional variety. A lot of things that have to do with fear of the unknown, inner child, healing childhood wounds, as well as unconditional love and connection to spirit. It's a very loving and nature earth-based type stone. So if you're struggling with connection to nature, I know a lot of us that are watching here in the Northern Hemisphere are having our winter. And so this can be really helpful to bring in that connection with lush green things. And so that's where we're starting with that. And then we have some hematite, which helps to bring us some grounding energy. It's very clearing. It's another stone that helps us to feel connected with earth, with walking our soul's purpose, with being connected to the actions we take in alignment with our greatest good, and helps us to also kind of purge any energies that we just don't really need anymore. So that is some hematite. So glad to have you all here. I see a lot of your requests. I grabbed a bunch of crystals before we dove in, but so glad to have you all here. Let's say hi to everybody. I did see Jennifer Vatsa sneaking in. I'm so sorry you are still having sleep issues. Lots of love to you. In a bizarre twist of fate, you've been up since 6 a.m. It is a rare day where you'll be up before me, and that's not because I'm a big morning riser, but my cats are. So it makes me have to rise early. But welcome in. I hope that you're feeling well. I hope that if you want to go back to sleep, I hope that this helps you do that. Violet Integration, Korakar, Highland Love, Dominique, welcome in. Let's see. Oh, it's so good to see you are. And lots of love for Vincent too, whether you're there in person or energetically. You're surprisingly awake, all things considered. Yeah, sometimes you just gotta kind of go with the flow. If your body and mind are awake, it's like, well, let me capitalize on this. Clearly the world is coming to an end. Well, if it's unnerving, you can also just say, like, it's not so much that you're waking up early, it's that you're waking up very late. Been working since 8ish. All right. Getting some stuff done. Nice. Cool. It's like sometimes you just have to take the vibe as it flows, right? Just dive right in. Yeah, I was in like a super cleaning, organizing mode the last week, so it's like I'm not going to be mad at it. I'm just going to go ahead and go with it. So let's dive in with some of your requests. Blessed Mars Day, everyone. May you all have the strength and protection to go about your day successfully. I believe Mars goes direct today. And yeah, we have Mars going direct. Mercury goes direct like tomorrow. So yeah, and so a lot of times retrograde gets misunderstood as like, oh, retrograde, the planet is bad things are happening. Oh, planet is direct, good things are happening. It's not that simple. Nothing in the universe is that simple. But yeah, it is definitely a time where Mars and Mercury, planet retrograding is a time for us to reevaluate. And then when it kind of starts going direct, it's a time for us to act on what we learned over that, taking another deeper look at things. So yeah. So I hope all are well. We definitely have some... Oh, Korakar is reminding me to do the whole like, share, subscribe thing. Yes, the YouTuber things. Also in the description, if you're interested in my live online Reiki certification courses, community Discord, crystal shop, and... which one did I leave out? Social media. It's all listed down there too. And yeah, I'm here same days and same times every week. And some additional streams sprinkled in around astrological events, as well as world events. So thank you for reminding me to be a good YouTuber and grow the channel. Thank you all for being here. That helps more than anything. Healing intention, financial stability, removal of creative blocks. Highland Love requested Aquamarine, rhodochrosite, and or citrine. Clear quartz. I see a couple other good ones coming in. Oh, you're so welcome, Dominique. I'm happy to have you here. I absolutely love doing this. So let's go ahead and dive in with some of the requests. Okay, cool. Yeah, let's dive in with some of these requests and then I will go back over what's there. So I had a request for rose quartz, clear quartz, and amethyst. And I'm lucky enough to have these beautiful matching pieces here. So amethyst, this wonderful purple stone here, this is helpful for any time we're doing self-improvement work. It helps us to make the changes in our lives that we feel we really need to make, but without being so hard on ourselves. It gives us a little bit of an emotional boost, some encouragement. It also helps us connect to spirituality or new ways of connecting to spirituality. It helps us to take ownership of what is ours. It helps us to relinquish ownership and responsibility of what belongs to someone else. It's very much linked with things like recovery, compulsions, things like that, as well as if you're in recovery in 12 steps, any of those, it can be very, very supportive. But yeah, anytime you're making changes in your life to keep it light and keep you from being too hard on yourself, clear quartz can be more of like a blank slate, like amplifier stone. It takes any other stones and it can basically boost the healing effects that they have and any healing intentions that you have. In fact, if you're looking at all these crystals and you're like, oh, they all sound like I need all of them, You can also just get some clear quartz and have it stand in for the stone that you like. Or if you have a small stone and you almost wish that you could have a bigger piece, put it near some clear quartz. But yeah, it helps to amplify. It helps you can make it your own healing talisman if you would like. Let's see. And we have some rose quartz. Rose quartz makes it a lot easier for us to make changes and let go of things that no longer serve, because it's a very consistent high vibe energy. It helps remind us that whatever we're letting go of, the thing that's going to take its place doesn't have to be worse. And that's something that makes it a lot easier to let go. So think about how much easier it is to leave your job when you have another one lined up. Same kind of idea. So let's go ahead and bring this in. I'm going to bring this in here and here, and I think I have. This is what I think will do really well. Let's do this. And bring in some more clear quartz. There we go. Now we're starting with a nice even grid. Awesome. We also have, I did see a request for black obsidian, and I saw, because for those of you who are new, you will notice that a lot of our healing intentions very much overlap and align with one another. Even if they're slightly different, there's a lot more similarities than there are differences. And that's been the case even back when, well over a year ago, like 2 years ago, when I was still just doing this on Zoom. It's absolutely been the case. So here I see black obsidian coming out. This is an exceptional stone for healing trauma. It's also great for any kind of physical shock and for moving through grief as well. It's highly protective and also helps to calm nervous pets. So we're going to bring this in. Where shall we bring you? Let's do... There we go. Okay. Aquamarine, I saw a request for. This is helpful for everything from teeth and gums and the fluids in the body, and also if you feel like you have stuck emotions, that watery energy can help kind of move them through. It's fantastic for forgiveness and also for deflecting things like pettiness and folks who are just have an intention to be aggrieved. I like to call it the anti-Karen stone. Not Karen, a literal human named Karen, the meme Karen. But this can also be may justice prevail. It tends to calm people whose feathers are generally ruffled on any old random regular day. But yeah, it also tends to calm that quick to anger place within us. It allows us to move through those emotions rather than letting them build and letting them kind of lash out at people. So we will bring this out. Let's see. Let's put that on top of there. And we have a kitty visitor who's here with us today. We have Gertie. Come on up if you want. Rhodochrosite is fantastic for mother-child bonding. Sorry. Hold on just one moment. Sorry about that. And I do have a Gertie on my lap. Oh yeah, red coral. I will put that in there. You got it. So rhodochrosite is helpful for mother-child bonding, but really the parental bond and inner child work, as well as telepathy and connection to our ancestors and deceased pets, as well as heart circulation, the physical heart, stress headache too. Rhodonite and rhodochrosite are both excellent for the lungs as well, things like asthma. I did see Grace's request for pretty volatile work environment. I'm really sorry to hear that. This is some green calcite. Green calcite is an exceptional anti-anxiety, anti-stress type stone. I mean, who doesn't need that in their lives, but especially in a time like that. This is a stone that not only helps calm and reassure, especially really just frayed and overwrought nervous system, especially if people are yelling around you, but it can release physical tension that's been held in the body. So if you're trying to put on that professional face at work while everyone is melting down and you just sort of start to tense up, this will help you unwind that tension. So let's go ahead and bring in some green calcite. Let's bring in a whole lot of that for everybody. There we go. We have some pyrite that I wanted to bring in for Korakar's mom. Not only is it protective, it does help lungs and things like fever, but this helps the brain. It helps memory. My goodness. Here, let's just put this here. Maybe this doesn't want to be here. There we go. Helps the brain and memory, helps to get the energy flowing, brings up intuition, and allows us to get a clearer message of what's coming through while being very protected at the same time. So pyrite also is fool's gold, and the expression is fool's gold brings the real gold. So it helps us attract financial abundance. Hey, Samantha. Hey, Patty and Key. So here is some pyrite. Lapis by request, helpful for anyone that's looking for upward movement in their career and bringing forward some people, especially colleagues and things, that have some really good integrity, honest, open communication, telling you exactly what's going on, not kind of beating around the bush, allows us to have a lot of talk to do ratio, as my friend Janie would say. So good open communication. It also helps with pain and inflammation as well. So there is some lapis. Let's put this here and here. Labradorite can help with getting some good quality sleep if that's what you're looking for. It's also fantastic for clairvoyance and protection in travel, but more than anything, it helps with workplace harmony, so Grace, definitely helpful for you, as well as research and study and attention to detail. This is a stone that I definitely keep around when I'm doing a lot of really fine detailed work to make sure I don't overlook anything. So yeah, a wonderful stone for all of the things. Let's put that close to the amethyst, because amethyst can also help quality of sleep. Carnelian helps with relationships and how people relate to one another. Oh, my cat wants my hands. Yes, yes. It also helps with healing physical wounds. It's great for colds and allergies as well. Fertility, IVF, sexual function and dysfunction, as well as fertility. Calling on and connecting with spiritually aligned romantic relationships, but it's helpful for groups of people overall to relate to one another better. So also kind of winking at Grace for that. This is a stone that can help with creativity in a really big way too. So yeah, we'll bring that in. I did see a request for creativity. So there we go. Alien. We had a request for red coral. Red coral is a massive protector of women, especially in the face of things like misogyny. Anytime a woman is relegated to less than, whether it's something simple like disregarding opinion or insight, all the way up to some really nasty structural issues within our society. Red coral can be really, really protective and help to kind of undermine any structure that keeps women down and oppresses them. Hello, Heidi. Welcome in. Oh, the red stone? Oh, this one is carnelian. Carnelian. I'll put it in the chat too. But this is red coral. Let's see. I'm gonna put you here for now. We'll see where we place you. Dreams, healing, and sleep. Gotcha. Okay. I'm also going to. There we go. Okay, so carnelian, I'm just going to type that into the chat. You're totally welcome. So let's see what else we have as far as requests. Stones that help with cranky clients. Yeah, actually, there's some that work really well for like disputes and customer service and things. Labradorite is thought to really help that, as well as aquamarine is like the anti-Karen stone. Those are stones that I would gift someone that works at like, way back when I worked in retail. I worked at a Hallmark store when I was really young, and I worked at a Best Buy in Newark. So, well, just outside of Newark in my hometown. And yeah, interesting times, especially on full moons. Definitely started to have an appreciation for lunar cycles working at customer service at a Best Buy. Yeah, before they walk in, their minds are in a fighting state. Aquamarine. Absolutely aquamarine. And aquamarine is really expensive right now. So I'll even see if I can get any like affordable pieces or find any place that's selling it affordably. Jen, do you have any in your shop, or do you know anywhere to get it? But yeah, aquamarine can be really, really helpful. Yeah, it's like people who have already decided that they are aggrieved. Yeah, people that are looking for an outlet for whatever it is that they're not dealing with. Aquamarine can be really helpful. Yeah, I'm so sorry you're dealing with that. Black tourmaline too, can't hurt. Red tiger eye can't hurt. The protective stones. Hey, Recovery, it's good to see you. What's a good for favorable conditions and judge seeing the truth? You're in a custody nightmare. I'm really sorry to hear that. Witch's Way Craft has aquamarine. Ooh, are they their own website? Are they on Etsy? That's really cool. I'm not familiar with Witch's Way Craft. I have my own crystal shop on my website, learnreikiphiladelphia.com. There's a link in the description. Jennifer Vatsa has a crystal shop on Etsy, Belladonna's Botanicals. And yeah, I'm just not familiar with Witch's Way Craft. I trust it if you recommend it. And let's see what else we have here. Support for success in spiritual projections and making local friends. I like that. Success, recognizing blessings and joy for your stepdad. Business growth, not getting stuck in obsessive thinking. Gotcha. Epidote can be helpful for like thought patterns to an extent. I use it mostly for like negative self-talk, but also sometimes those like obsessive thoughts that keep running and running. I would recommend amethyst can be really helpful, but Epidote too. Epidote also helps with the brain in general, as well as the nervous system, the skin, any skin conditions, connections with the fairy realm, and recovery from any illness or injury. So I think that this is a good one to bring in today. So that's Epidote. Business growth, back pain. So for the custody dispute, red jasper is a stone of empowerment, to stand up in exactly who you are and be very clear and be heard to an extent. It's very grounding. It supports emotions, especially if it's requires some emotional stamina, and something like that, of course, would. It's also great for injustice and bullying. It can help with grounding that. It can help you with standing up to it. It can help with making it seem more apparent to those around you. There's also, it's great for psychic and spiritual protection too. I like it for the root chakra, feeling a little bit more grounded to the idea of I'm here, I'm okay, I'm not overly anxious over things. It's also thought to be really good for just support for long illness, convalescence, and things like that. So I'll bring this in. So that's a red jasper. Actually also going to do blue tiger eye. Blue tiger eye is very helpful for truth tellers, speaking your truth, and also calm and easing stress. So it allows you to kind of stand up and say the truth, especially when it's not convenient, when it's going to open you up to people acting out and lashing out. It's like the whistleblower stone or the don't shoot the messenger stone. But it can really help you with speaking the truth, especially when the truth is inconvenient. It helps with facts over feelings and protects truth tellers in general. So we'll bring this in. It's definitely speaking your truth, writing your truth, standing firm in your convictions, and getting them across. So that's blue tiger eye. So all the best to you as you deal with that. Stepdad. So stepdad's colon cancer. There's a lot of stones that can help support someone as they're going through that journey. Overall, this is thought to be like a very general stone for any kind of cancer care. The intention behind it is that, and this is rutilated quartz, by the way, these rutils are thought to help direct the treatments to go exactly where they need to go. Of course, none of these stones are a replacement for anything, nor do they need to be. This is one that is thought to help support all of the modern medicine and everything that it does. Support also the individual to get a little bit more energy, and also helps balance the mind-body connection, which can be whether you're ill or healthy. Sometimes having a really healthy mind-body connection can be really challenging. This is a stone that can help. But yeah, energy, especially to keep from getting sick, or if you were sick and you're trying to get your energy back, if you feel depleted, rutilated quartz is fantastic for that. So all the best to your stepdad. For good luck in business, I think I want to bring in some... Definitely think I want to bring in some cinnabar. So cinnabar is mercury, so be very careful with it. The only cinnabar that is in this specimen are these little tiny red dots, and I'll make sure that the camera can pick those up. Those little tiny red dots, because how much mercury do we really need? For a long time, this has been a stone that is connected with the concept of attracting customers to a business, as well as helping to increase the amount of sales and the amount of transactions and things. So definitely be very careful with this. If you have kids in the home, definitely keep them away from this. I never suggest to put stones in water and drink the water to make direct crystal infusions, but especially not with this one. It can be very toxic, so be careful with it. So yeah, that's thought to help with growing business, as well as citrine for sure. Blue tiger's eye, is it naturally blue from nature? Yes. Yes, blue tiger eye and red tiger eye and gold tiger eye, they're all natural, and that's how they occur. Yep. Sometimes you'll hear blue tiger eye called hawk eye, or what is it? Yeah, Hawkeye, and there's another one too. But there's a couple of different names for it that you'll see it listed as, like in crystal shops and stuff. I think I have some on the website. Hey, thank you, Dominique. They're online and have a store, 13 Circles in Conshohocken. That I've heard of. That's a nice local place. I'm in Philadelphia. I mean, you probably figured that from the name of the Learn Reiki Philadelphia. Okay, cool. Which is Waycraft. Awesome. Thank you. You'd like something to speed or help what's meant to find its way to you. I think that's a Herkimer diamond thing. This is spiritual balance and manifestation is usually how I think of it. Sometimes when we hear manifesting, we think of like the secret kind of technique, which is, universe, give me what I want, and there's times for that, but it's not all the time. Sometimes it's like, okay, universe, this is what I want, and I want it to be the most spiritually aligned version of that, the right people, the right situations. I want it to be a good match for everyone involved. This is a great one. Also, this helps with being in the present moment, which really helps with that whole idea of being okay with divine timing, is to be in the present moment and see what your blessings are now. It helps to, rather than constantly looking forward, but living your life currently. This is one that also helps you to hear wisdom from your guides intuitively around what you're asking for. So if it's like, it's right to the left of you, like this is a stone that'll help you with that. It's also helpful for balancing discordant energies, so grace, and balancing metabolism. So we'll bring this in. That's Herkimer diamond. Let's do that. Oop, here. Okay. Want to be guided to have a positive people who uplift you and your dog, and family healing and encouraging people and neighbors and dogs for you and your dog, and peace to all. I love the peace for all. Absolutely. Let's bring in, we have black obsidian in the grid. That helps for nervous animals for sure. There's a few stones that are really great for animals. Leopard skin is my favorite. It helps us with not only with healing for animals, but connection to our animal guides. Connection to the animal kingdom. Also helpful for anything having to do with the skin, as well as fungal and parasitic kinds of infections. Oh, Gertie, you going on your way? You're like, oh, pet healing, other pet healings, doggos. Also really great for attracting a soulmate. So, oh, did you see a toy? Oh, that's what that was. Okay. So that is leopard skin jasper. Tiger eye? Yeah, tiger eye is really something else. Like red, gold, and blue tiger eye together. They're stunning. And I mean, I actually like what they look like rough, except for red tiger eye actually just looks like a piece of raw steak as a rock. It's wild, but let's see. This is what blue tiger eye looks like. This is blue and gold tiger eye together, which usually there's a little bit of both in each specimen when you find blue tiger eye anyway. But this is what it looks like as a raw specimen. Polished versus natural stone power. Different people have different feelings on that. I personally like raw stones because they're just less processed. It creates less waste. It uses less electricity and that kind of thing. And you usually end up with a much bigger specimen. If you go onto TikTok and YouTube and you see people tumbling their own stones, they're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that this is the tiny stone I ended up with. And it's like, Yeah, it takes a lot to polish them into like a round polished stone. You end up losing quite a bit of the stone in something that's like a slurry that doesn't really help the environment. It like basically processes something natural in a way that isn't super great. But I mean, so much of what we see in the retail end is already tumbled. But I sell mostly raw stones just because you get a bigger specimen and you can see how it's formed in the earth. And because I get most of my stones, not all of them, but most of my stones secondary to the jewelry industry, which is where most of the healing art stones come from. But I get mine a little closer. Like I often buy mine from individual lapidaries. So they're stone cutters. So rather than them being shipped off tumbled and then sold, which is, not the worst thing. I mean, the worst thing is really the mining in the first place. But if they're already here, especially in the States where I am, and they already exist and they're not something that a lapidary is going to cut into something for a piece of fine jewelry, sounds great. I just have them break them up into like uniform shapes or uniform sizes anyway, and then kind of send them to me raw. So it ends up being less money and a better specimen. But as far as power, not really. I find that if you use like a sphere, it's thought to help fill the energy of a space, and I definitely feel like that can be said. Like here is a sphere of Unakite. This is a cut point of green calcite, but this is thought to fill a space with that energy. And this is thought to, you can direct the energy of something with this. You can like put it on top of something like a prayer or a manifestation. Triangles have different meanings, things like that. Oh, thank you. Actually, there's a crystal sale that ends today at midnight on my shop, and the coupon code is this is 42, the number 42, because Sunday was my birthday. So it's 15% off any purchase over $25. Yeah. Yesterday was my Saturday, so it's like coming back to Monday brain here. Oh, we have kitty blessings. We have some paws. Somebody's blessing the Aquamarine. Yes, you are. You want to help keep those Karens at bay? Good call, kitty. Good call. Thank you. Spooky dream where I came to your old place in a past life and sent healing to people. Aw, thank you. Thank you for sharing that. Hey, stop it. That's not a toy. You have toys everywhere. So many toys. Here. You want a toy? You want this toy? You want this toy? No, you want that one? It has to be that one? How about this one? There you go. Go ahead, go get it. Oh, you lost it. Hang on. There you go. Yep, little paws. It doesn't matter. It's not case sensitive. Thanks for asking. Thank you. And have an awesome day either way. And Jen also has a crystal shop, Belladonna Botanicals, on Etsy. We tend to have pretty different stock. Yes, pause. Okay, let's see if I missed anybody. If I missed your request, go ahead and type it in now to make sure I get it. Let's see. Let's see. Okay. Financial stability. Let's go ahead and do red tiger eye can help along with the pyrite and the citrine. I'm also going to bring in some iolite for money management. We almost always use iolite. This can also help with if anyone has an intention for weight loss, sleep. So definitely can help Jen and anyone who's looking for better quality sleep, as well as visionary meditation. So shamanic journeying, that kind of thing, helps with the vision or hypnagogic imagery to come in. So let's bring this in. We also have removal of creative blocks. Carnelian is helpful, but I also want to bring in chrysocolla. One of the things it does is it helps us with finding new ways of creative expression, and so can kind of unlock that. I find with creativity, there's the sacral chakra creating, which carnelian really represents. And then there is the actually expressing it part, which is more throat chakra. And I feel like this can be really helpful for the latter of the two. It's also really helpful for making decisions in alignment with your highest good and your spiritual path, and encouraging you to follow your spiritual path. So that's chrysocolla. So let's bring that in. Actually, let's bring these in here. I feel like that'll round things out really nicely. Health and protection for Vincent. Gotcha. Let's bring in some Dalmatian jasper, and I think that hits a lot of points for a few requests. This helps with clearing energy. It's actually got black tourmaline running through it, which helps clear the energy field or aura around you. It's also helpful for things like digestion, IBS, and Crohn's, as well as cooperation among people. So definitely grace, anybody with work environment stuff. But in addition, this can be really clearing anytime that we're healing, doing any kind of healing work or processing things mentally and emotionally. As we shift out of one sort of place to another, it helps us keep our energy field clear in a really gentle but very powerful way. Let's see. We're going to put this somewhere. Let's put this here. There we go. So Dalmatian jasper. And back pain. Pain and inflammation for lapis. I'm also going to bring in some Amazonite. This helps not only calming, but it's great for the spine itself and the nerves that come from the spine. Helpful for healers in general, anybody who is a caregiver. This can be really, really helpful for reminding us that we need to take care of ourselves and that we are just as worthy of the love and care that we show others, and that we need to prioritize ourselves, which we can forget to do. No judgments, but we can. So we'll bring in some Amazonite. Hopefully that helps with the back pain. Oh, thank you. You now have the ultimate answer to life, the universe, and everything. 42. Yeah, absolutely. The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. God, I read that when I was so young. I think I read that when I was like 14, 15. The light blue stone is Amazonite. Sorry about that. Yeah, Amazonite. It can also look like this. So it can look a couple of different ways. It can be kind of like this light pale blue or like this greenish blue with white stripes. It can look quite a few different ways. It's a bit of a chameleon. Okay. And Samantha, with what you mentioned for the past life healing, let's bring in some Lemurian quartz, like specifically this blue mist that was a gift from Korakar and Vincent. This helps with healing the past, including childhood and past lives. Very spiritual learning and a self-discovery journey, as well as learning about yourself. So healing the past, learning about yourself, coming to terms with your past, and being able to move forward a little bit more in a bit more of an integrated way. So we'll bring in this. And then I think we're getting close to starting. Okay. And thank you for sharing that, Samantha. Awesome. Okay, cool. So let's do that thing where I select a couple of crystals I think might be really helpful for the grid, and you all vote on them before we dive into the healing. So let me take a moment and see what the general vibe of everyone's requests are, and then come up with a couple of good ideas, and then we can vote on them. Bear with me a moment. Chat amongst yourselves while I do this. Okay, so here's our suggestions. One is aragonite. We've been working a lot with aragonite with Caribbean calcite for some of our regulars. Aragonite all on its own is a brown type of calcite. It's actually formed from the remains of mollusks, and it's great for not only healing old wounds and finding emotional strength, but for any kind of physical healing, and particularly great for the lower chakras, the root chakra and the earth star chakra. The earth star chakra is beneath the root, and that has to do with how we enact our soul's purpose, how we show up in the world and do the work that's in alignment with everything that we might be connected with spiritually. So aragonite's great for that. It's also great for calming an overactive mind, which I think might really help Jen. And it's very deeply grounding if you have difficulty grounding. The other is malachite. And I know we're all used to seeing malachite like this, polished and smooth and beautiful with all of these lovely patterns. This is what it looks like if it's not tumbled. Yeah, interesting, right? Let me make sure that this is getting picked up correctly. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, this is malachite. It's generally mined very close to copper. Malachite helps us to do some emotional heavy lifting if we're shifting in our life to things that are newer, better for us, a better match, kind of like on our evolution emotionally and spiritually. Sometimes we have to make some difficult decisions that can be like bittersweet goodbyes or more bitter than sweet goodbyes, letting go of the things that no longer serve, but supporting our heart to make those really difficult decisions around that. So that's what malachite's for. Now, go ahead and vote in the chat, but for those of you who are new, you are not limited to just one vote. Hintity hint, 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 hint. So go ahead, enter in which of these two you would like to see in the grid. And while you're doing that, if you haven't already liked the stream, please do. I'm going to quickly explain what Reiki is, what to expect in our healing session today, and then we will get into the healing. So aragonite, as best you can spell it, or malachite, again, as best you can spell it. You can even do A or M, and I'll know what you mean. So as I mentioned at the top of the stream, my name is Danielle Stimpson. I'm the owner of Learn Reiki Philadelphia, and I'm so glad to have you here today to share this Reiki healing with all of you. If you want to learn more about my online Reiki certifications, community Discord, crystal shop, or social media, all of that's linked in the description, but I super love having you here. So what is Reiki? Well, the style of Reiki that I work with is known as Usui Reiki, and it's named after this particular method's founder. And he created this method in the early 1920s and referred to it as Usui's method of natural healing, or Usui Shiki Ryoho. This particular method, Usui had a very diverse and eclectic way of approaching spirituality. He learned and studied many different perspectives. And what is just this core concept of energy at the very foundation of his practice? Well, we see that best exemplified in Shintoism, which is the indigenous spirituality of Japan and also was the state religion of Japan at the time that Usui created this method. In Shintoism, everything has a soul, everything is interconnected. And within that interconnectivity, there are additional forces. One of those being a spiritually guided soul energy or life energy. And that's roughly what Reiki translates to. This particular energy is already a part of you, a part of me, everyone and everything around us. And it's constantly moving. Our body, mind, and spirit work with it all day, every day to bring about and support our greatest healing good, supporting us as we come into our greater senses of balance. Essentially, what I'll be doing today is connecting with this energy intentionally and directing more of it to you. And that invites your body, mind, and spirit to do even more of what it already does. You can at any point think of what you want the universe to focus on. Whether you bring it to mind and just let it go, or even say it aloud is completely up to you, but you can do that at any point during the session. I like to think of Reiki as that energy that flows through us, much like we're mostly made of water and don't really think of it. And it's so important for every single function, yet we know on a very deep level how to use that energy. So deep that it's not a conscious effort, and there's not a lot we can do to consciously change the way our body uses water. It's a lot easier to work with Reiki in general. So all you need to do is simply have an open heart and mind. I suggest that you get into a position that you find physically comfortable, whether you're laying down, sitting up. You can close your eyes, leave them open. You can take a great nap or kind of be in between awake and asleep. You can use this time for anything that feels right for you as well. If you feel like you want to journal or throw some cards for yourself or do some yoga stretches, it's completely up to you. This is your time to take care of yourself, but simply being and allowing me to send the Reiki to you wherever you happen to be is absolutely a wonderful way to use it. So just as this energy flows through everyone and everything and is available to everyone everywhere, we're also connected through it. So it doesn't matter where you are in relation to me in terms of miles or kilometers, it'll still reach you. And if you are watching this in the future, hello from the past, this energy will reach you exactly when you happen to be watching this. All you need to do is just be open to it on any level. Even just thinking about being open to it is all you need. During your session, you might feel physical sensations. You may feel some shifts in emotions. You may have your subconscious kind of come up or parse out some things mentally that you've really needed to sort. You may also have some really spiritual experiences like intuition, or just sort of coming up with a really great idea that like you almost wonder where it came from. Yeah, whatever of those it is, or just a really great nap, which is also amazing. I encourage you to just experience and see how it shows up. You don't have to focus on anything. You don't need to keep your mind silent. You can just be in whatever state that you are. If you feel like your mind's running away from you or things are coming to mind that aren't helpful, just take a deep breath in and out and just allow the Reiki to continue to flow. At the end of the 25-minute session, I will reopen the chat and you'll be able to ask any questions or share any experiences if you feel so inclined. I'll be here to answer any of those questions, and I will let you know that the session has come to a close when you hear my voice invite you to take a deep breath in. During the session, the lights will shift and will be lower and move very slowly from one color to the next. At no point will it flash or strobe, so you are good there. And the music will be up and on. If you'd like the music, go ahead and check out our musical creator. She has her own YouTube, and it is linked at the bottom of the description below. So thank you all so much for being here. To learn more about me, it's learnreikiphiladelphia.com. And again, today is January 17th. The sale through up until midnight tonight is 15% off purchases over $25 with the coupon code THISIS42, all one word. So thank you for being here. I hope I get to see you again soon. Oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate that, Recovery. All the best to you, especially with the court case and stuff. Thank you so much. Like both, but aragonite. Both. Aragonite. Malachite, both. Let's do both. It's always both. So let's take this black obsidian and put these here. Whoop. Let's take this. We will put that here, but I want to put this in the center first. So malachite. Aragonite. There we go. Just a little bit of house cleaning. There we go. Fantastic. I think we are good. Yeah, that works for me. Thank you all so much for being a part of this beautiful crystal grid. Thank you for sharing your energy to be here. That helps the communal chi. That really expands the energy that is available for all of us today. So go ahead, get comfy, close your eyes, take a deep breath. You can keep your eyes open if you want. Enjoy your session. I will see you all in about 25 minutes. If you need to leave before that, much love to you. And I will be back tomorrow, Wednesday at 4 p.m. as usual, and all the regular days and times are listed in the description. If you subscribe with your notifications on, you'll get notified so that you don't miss an opportunity. So thank you again so much for being here, and enjoy your session. I invite you now to take a deep breath in and out. Slowly start coming back. I invite you to wiggle your fingers and toes. Thank you. I'm so glad it was great, Key and Patty. For those of you who caught the cats blessing the grid, it was both of them at different times. They definitely like the stone that helps with calming pets. Black obsidian. And as always, the stone that they are least allowed to play with, cinnabar, because it has mercury in it, so I had to take that away. They always love playing with that. So good to have you all here. And I hope all of you have a beautiful day. Yeah, the good news, the too long, didn't read kind of cliff notes of the astrology right now is that things are going to start to be a lot more clear and you'll feel a lot more able to move than you maybe had over the last couple of weeks. Oh, Chris, absolutely. I'll reach out later today. I'm packing up all the orders today. You're very welcome, Vincent. Oh, Heidi, I'm so glad to hear that. You're very welcome. All the best to you and hubby. I'm here 5 times a week. Feel free to join me anytime. And for those of you that are here today, if you ever feel like you need a healing session and I'm not live, go ahead and check out the past recordings and just drop in. I always put the little cat paw. Yeah, Gertie? You like red coral? She's looking at it sideways. She put it back. It's so adorable. She looked at it like... But yeah, if you ever need some healing and I'm not live, watch any of the past healing live streams. It will be just as palpable. I always put on the thumbnails a picture of the grid so that you'll be able to pick them easily. Hey. Little paws. Oh, little paws. Thank you all so much for being here. It's an honor and a privilege. Classes for February through May are enrolling now on the website. The sale that I mentioned earlier is running through today at midnight, so feel free to check that out. I put a link in the link to the crystal shop is in the description, and I put a link in the chat if you scroll up, also with the password in there. This is for 2. Yeah, they are absolutely adding their blessings too. They love it. They love when I do community distance Reiki. Their behavior shifts, their energy shifts. They are absolutely part of it. Thank you, Sam. Peace to you also. So thank you all so much for being here. Students of mine, tonight there is a Reiki share. It is at 6 or 6:30. It's on the website. Let me check for you. Tonight's Reiki share is at 5:30. You can find the information and the link either by emailing me or going to the events page on the website. So yeah, click on classes, then events, and then you'll be able to find the place where you can RSVP and get the link, or you can just email me and I'll send you the link. The link is always the same. So if you've ever been to one of the online Reiki shares, they're for students only right now. Go ahead and just go to the website or email me and I'll send you the link. It's always the same link for Zoom, same link and password. You're very welcome, Dominique. Hope to see you all again soon. Well, I'm going to go ahead and bring things to a close here. An abundance of gratitude for each and every single one of you. I super appreciate being here. And I know the cats super appreciate you all being here. So thank you so much. I'm going to go give them some toys and some treats. And I hope to see you all again soon. And bye for now.